This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
Okay, I had to do this because this is the most JJO story I think ever. The headline, update, poop distracting shoplifters. Mr. Clean and Ms Dookie arrested in Florida.
That's a great name for a morning show. I would tune in every day.
Yeah.
Just to hear them say their names.
Mr. Clean and Ms Dookie.
Shall we? Although, wait, who's the Mr. Clean?
You would have to be Mr. Clean, and that's not...
No, that's not going to work.
No.
Scratch that.
The shoplifters who allegedly used a bowel movement as a distraction to make off with a basket full of goods are no longer on the loose. Cops arrested the people they believe are the pooping bandits. The incident happened back in December, but now police say they have identified and arrested the couple who they refer to as Mr. Clean and Ms Dookie. Cops say the 57-year-old Tina Joyce is the one who dropped a deuce in the store after helping 36-year-old Nikavi Curry load up a shopping cart with cleaning supplies and beer. The poop served as a way to occupy a store employee who was apparently busy cleaning up the crap when Curry beelined it out of the store with nearly $500 worth of goods. Law enforcement says the couple hopped in a white van and drove off, and they identified the suspects after tips from the community and a police investigation. Curry was in custody for an unrelated battery investigation in a nearby county when cops confronted him with surveillance footage from the crappy caper, and police say he eventually admitted to his involvement. As for Joyce, the one who dropped the deuce, cops claim she's got 14 prior convictions for theft.
Wait, she dropped the deuce?
Yeah.
Some people pay for that. So
yeah.
You get a freebie.
There's no word on if she's pulled the stunt before.
You think it was real poo?
Yeah, it was
actually a real movement.
Yeah, that was the distraction. I mean, that's a hell of a plan.
I'm not saying I'm not weird like that, but I'd stop, take a look. See, it all matters if she's hot. She's got to be hot to be able to pull something like that off and keep me there.
That's a lie, first of all.
I'd be in the cheap seats looking behind the beer case going, oh, yeah.
That's a lie, first of all. Even if the ugliest, nastiest person on earth is dropping their pants and taking a deuce in the middle of Family Dollar, you're gonna take a little glance, for sure. You
know how many people would have their phones out? You know?
Right.
Yeah. Now, you're not, don't act like you're going to be, pissed off and grossed out. You're going to be with your phone going, oh, I'm going to be famous. We're going viral.
Yeah, and of course it's at a Family Dollar where there's one employee.
What'd you do at work today, honey? Well, I I had to give a police statement, unload a truck that pulled up with stock.
Yeah.
I had to clean up an aisle 4. I had to run the register. There's an accident on the parking lot.
Whenever I go into Family Dollar, I just want to throw them a $20 bill. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just want to be like, I'm sorry you're going through this.
One person to rule it all. My God.
Lunch is on me, dude.
Some heroes don't need capes. Is that how it goes?
Right. Not all heroes wear capes.
Your Family Dollar hero.
Just cleaning up a turd that some a-hole, literally.
It's just, you're right, though. No support. No. God, that's just got to be hell.
I know, dude. I think that would have been. But what do? You need a job. You have to pay your bills.
You're literally putting your life on the line.
Oh, literally.
You're like, it's the Wild West out there at Family Dollar.
Yeah, there's been.
You don't have a security guard. You don't have a guy walking the store. What do they call those guys? The undercover dudes.
Right, the loss prevention.
Yeah, loss prevention dudes. You need a Dookie prevention guy with a bucket and a rubber glove.
Right, and one of them grading gloves that go all the way up to your shoulder.
I'd see him. I'd be like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm looking for Dookie." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'll be over here. I'm just buying a 6-pack."
Man,
I'm like, "Do you get that a lot here?" He goes, "Yeah, we've had 2 this morning. couple of Dookies in the wild."
God.
I'm on it though. You're not going to step in a Dookie on my watch.
Making minimum wage.
Dookie prevention officer.
Cleaning up Dukes, dude. And then they steal from you.
You better hope this doesn't catch on and becomes a TikTok sensation. Kids are pooping in aisle 5 at the Family Dollar.
Terrible.
That's so bad.
60-year-old.
God, what happened to us as a species?
We've always been piles of crap.
I mean, I'll pee on a golf course or, but there's some limits to where I'll drop a deuce in the woods off a fairway, whatever. You got to go. But aisle 5 of the Family Dollar? Jesus.
Sorry, what now? You'll drop a deuce where now?
Off a fairway on a golf course in the woods.
You just pull your pants down and squat?
Well, I'll get off the fairway and I'll kind of get in the weeds or something. When you got to go, you got to go. But aisle 5? I mean, come on, man.
I'm so confused by this, but there's a clubhouse up there with a toilet.
Well, if you can't make it, I'm just saying, if you get some...
what happens that you can't make it?
Well, I don't know. Well, many things can happen. I mean, Jaeger bombs, chicken wings before you eat. I mean, there's a whole host of things. It's a calamity out there. Sometimes you got to let Mother Nature do what it do.
No, not in that case.
Well, what?
There's plenty of preventables.
What are you talking about?
Leading up to that. There's usually porta potties on the back 9, right? And then you can't take a golf cart somewhere.
I'm just giving you an example of where it's okay to do it. The aisle 5 of the Family Dollar is not where you want to do it. Have some class. On a golf course, in the woods, you're hunting.
Hunting, I feel like, is
whatever.
still different.
I'm just giving an example of places where we don't speak of such things. And we leave it in nature where it belongs. It's the cycle of life, dude.
Leave the Family Dollar people alone.
That's so bad. So bad. Well, ours closed up here. Now
it did?
Yeah, now it's the Dane County Humane Society outlet.
Oh.
Which I need to stop at because it helps Dane County Humane Society.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I think you can buy toys and things.
Okay.
For your animals, and it helps. It's right up here by the BP station. By the O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Oh. I thought you were talking about the one over by...
It's the old paint store.
Whitney.
No. Could be one over there. Which reminds me. Time for a hamburger at the Vintage.
Love the Vintage.
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts.
And only 3 countries in the world don't use the metric system?
Or you can listen to this one.
I can't remember where I went Friday. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. What did I do on Friday? I got to check my calendar.
If anybody saw me Friday, call.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast.
I literally have no idea where I was Friday.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
Another day, another airline story.
What?
An American Airlines flight caught on fire after landing at Denver International Airport late yesterday afternoon, PC2.
Let's do some s'mores. Right on the wing.
The crew reported engine vibrations and arranged to land in Denver.
Man, those are 2 words I hate to hear at 32,000 feet. Engine vibration.
Not feeling so great about flying next month, that's for sure. It went away. Thought I was going to sneeze.
You're allergic to flying.
I'm probably allergic to all the dust in this room.
I think you picked a bad time to stop sniffing glue. I know that. Let me get you a fresh bottle.
Thanks, bud. After landing and while taxiing to the gate, an engine caught fire.
Oh, my God. It's like Tesla's making the airplanes.
And passengers evacuated the aircraft. A bunch of them were standing on the wing with smoke and flames below them.
How long would you stand on a wing where right over the engine that's on fire?
Not long. I don't know.
Because, there's gas in the wings.
Yeah.
Okay, the jet fuel's in the wings. I might, I don't know if I jump. I don't know what I would do.
So here's a passenger, Daniel Friedman.
We were going from Colorado Springs to Dallas. They told us there was something going on with the engine, and so that we were going to have to land in Denver. And so we emergency landed here. And once we landed, the back of the plane caught on fire. Everybody started rushing out in a panic. Emergency doors were able to get popped off. Everybody hopped onto the wing. and then people started jumping onto the ladders, and then they brought up some more ladders to be able to allow people to get off the plane and get onto the tarmac. But it was a pretty traumatic experience. Just honestly still in shock. I mean, really happy just to be alive. Really happy that nobody else got badly hurt. Just minor injuries, but it's just one of the most shocking and scary days of my life for sure.
Yeah, it could have went up on a fireball. You always assume the worst. You see a car on fire on the side of the interstate, you're like, it's going to explode.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
That's so crazy. I saw the video. I mean, and where were Denver, right? It was in Seattle to Denver. I mean, it looked like a wildfire.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It looked like the whole airport.
Do you know what kind of plane it was?
It literally looked like the airport was on fire. Well, it was a Boeing, clearly. Let's always assume it's a Boeing if it's on fire.
Oh, look at that. It's a Boeing.
Thank you.
BAN 737-800.
My Boeing has a first name. It's EXPLO. Has a second name, DING on fire.
Well, and then American Airlines has not had a great week. They also had the dude that ate the rosary.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was possessed or something.
Yeah. They had to turn a flight around. I'll grab that one. Florida-bound flight had to turn around to Georgia on Monday evening after a passenger attacked 2 flight attendants, and his travel companion's sister justified his actions by saying he hurts evil.
Oh, yeah.
Great, there's 2 of them.
Demons.
Delaying
I ate the demon.
31 faces a charge of interference with flight crew members, according to an affidavit supporting a criminal complaint filed in Georgia federal court. Him and his sister were aboard American Eagle Flight 4162, operated by Envoy. Oh, I guess that's not American Airlines. From Savannah to Miami, that had approximately 8 passengers and 5 crew members. Less than a minute after takeoff, a flight attendant believed Augustin was having a medical emergency due to witnesses noticing stomping, incoherent yelling, and shaking. When he was approached, he turned his seat, lifted his legs, and kicked a flight attendant in the chest. You can't do that. When they heard what was happening from the closed cockpit, the decision was made. They're turning this bitch around. He punched and kicked the seat of the passenger in front of him. After the passenger moved seats, continued kicking and collapsed the chair. FBI special agent said he briefly calmed down until the flight landed and began taxiing the gate. All passengers were asked to remain seated, but he stormed to the front of the plane while holding on to his sister. Once in the galley of the plane, he threw several haymakers, striking one of the flight attendants in her upper arm. 3 of the passengers then pulled Augustinson and his sister, identified as Medina, to the ground until the airport police were able to subdue them.
Off his meds?
Yeah. She says she has never experienced so much darkness as was on the plane that evening. She's trying to justify his actions.
Yeah.
She was not surprised that her brother had hurt anyone because he hurts evil. There's 2 crazies together. The affidavit said she recalled how her brother told her to close her eyes in the plane because Satan's disciples had followed them onto the plane, and the Legion didn't want them to make it to Haiti. He swallowed rosary beads as a weapon of strength and spiritual warfare. Okay. Adding that he was not suffering from any medical or mental health issue or impairment. I beg to differ. This must have been a subdivision of American Airlines because it says safety and security are top priorities. That's what American Airlines said in a bulletin.
I think if I saw a demon on an airplane, I think I'd run back to the toilet. I'd grab a cocktail, head back to the toilet till the demon was exorcised.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'd let the air marshal exorcise the demon. Not my pay. That's above my pay grade.
Well, that's fine unless you're on an Air India flight.
Yeah.
Air India had a problem. There's an incident on a Boeing 777 that left O'Hare International Airport last week. Had to return to the airport 10 hours into a flight to India because most of the onboard toilets were plugged up and not usable.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it is a 14-hour flight from Chicago to New Delhi. They were 10 hours in.
Everybody just, 3/4 of that plane just ate at Chili's before they got on the airplane.
Working toilets are a must for an aircraft capable of carrying 342 people.
Oh, ooh. Don't trust a fart. Don't trust a fart on that airplane.
Last Wednesday, after lifting off from O'Hare, the Air India flight crew found 8 of the 12 toilets had been stuffed with clothing, rags, and plastic bags, and the bags wouldn't work.
How?
One person couldn't have done that, said aviation expert Joe Schwederman.
Sweetie, he's my sweetie. You're my sweetie. What is so now you actually have to tell people to not stuff underwear, something, whatever, plastic.
Well, there was like plastic bags, there was diapers, there was clothing. Yeah.
Why?
There was no one that claimed responsibility.
Why would you flush clothing down
They're
it?
saying it's not likely to be the handiwork of a terrorist organization, but it is a problem.
It's a smartass. It's a lone smartass on the airplane. Just a jackass. Is it one guy?
I don't know. Something happened to Air India's relationship with the public or the politics of India to lead to these fairly sophisticated threats. We were talking and nobody knew the answer. So somebody did this on purpose?
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be a one lone dickhead.
Air India's concern is
It'll be
more than
funny
just...
if nobody can go poop for 14 hours. It's hilarious.
Air India's concern is more than just plumbing. In October, NBC News cited Indian authorities had enough after fake bomb threats against almost 100 flights at the time.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're sitting down to pee, and what? Your baseball hat somehow gets sucked down the toilet. How does that happen?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Purpose.
No way it doesn't. It's just suck my pants clean off.
10 hours into the flight, records reveal the crew's decision to turn around and return the jetliner to Chicago. An airline spokesperson said the decision was made to return because the aircraft was overflying the Atlantic, leaving points in Europe as potential cities to divert to. However, due to restrictions on night operations at most of the European airports, it was decided to divert back to Chicago. That's crazy. It had enough fuel to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty crazy. But they got to get back to their corporate hubs, I think, for repair.
Sure.
But yeah, but either it's landing restrictions or they got to get back to where the mechanics are. That's why they do a lot of that stuff. Or so I've read. Mm-hmm. So my research has found.
So that's crazy. That is.
I
just can't. When you see all the stuff that's in there, in the pipes, because they have the pictures of like the workers.
Yeah. Just
pulling stuff out of the pipes.
10-hour flight to nowhere. I just don't.
Oh my God! I would have been. And then you're like, you only have a couple bathrooms to use, so there's just people waiting in line for the bathroom. It's a 20-hour flight at that point.
Who's the suspect? I mean, I'm just curious. I hear this a lot. Why?
Why do we still have to put up signs that say "Do not flush pads and tampons down the toilet"?
Yeah, but
why do we? I don't know. I don't know. People think that you can just flush anything away.
Clothes in plastic bags. Amazing. They have trash bags. They come through the aisle. I just don't get it.
Unless it was a saboteur.
Just tell the attendant, I have soiled my pants. I've taken them off. Here, dispose of them.
See these pants? I've crapped them.
These pants are possessed by a demon.
Right.
And the demon happens to be a goddamn chalupa. Okay? Just combine the three. Let me get a strategy here on why you would flush your pants down the toilet on an airplane. Uh-huh.
So you said this is a 14-hour flight.
Yeah.
They flew 10 hours and then decided to turn around.
You could see the airport.
Yes,
it was
dude.
right there.
How pissed would you be?
People going in the aisles. How can they hold it for 20 hours?
Yeah.
Well, there was still
one toilet.
It was at least two workable toilets.
Two toilets. God, that's a big airplane.
It was either 2 or 4 workable toilets.
So the line was the length of the plane, you're saying. They're all standing in the aisles in line.
Yeah.
So there was 12 toilets total on there.
It's bad enough when there's 4 toilets working on a small plane.
Man, they should hunt that person down and beat him to death.
Well, right.
Yeah, there was 4 working
with
toilets.
Sopping wet toilet clothes.
Dude, it's terrible. I can't imagine.
That's disgusting.
Yep. awful. The smell had
so
to be.
pissed. That ruined so many people's vacations and whatever they were doing.
Oh my God. And then that's a 20-hour flight. And then even if they get you a flight the next day, who the hell wants to get back on an airplane the next day?
For another 14.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, totally. Your vacation is off to like the worst start.
Which is amazing because when I'm in an airplane toilet and I flush it, I have to put my fingers in my ears. It's so loud.
Yeah.
You'd think that thing could suck.
You're so autistic.
I know. It's like I hit the button and I plug my ears.
The signs are there,
Then
dude.
I plug my ears. But you'd think that thing's got so much suction you could jumpstart or suck down a whatever.
Yeah.
A small
we know
pony.
by Chris Farley that it will pull a tie.
It will pull a tie.
Right.
Oh, very
It will
nice,
pull a
dude.
tie.
Thank you, Tommy boy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hi, how's it going?
Stick your ass out the window, drop a looker on the fuel tank, and just keep going. Huh?
Hey, must be the curry. Hi, how's it going? What's going on? Oh.
Bye.
Bye. What do you need? You need a chaperone in the toilet. It's like going into a dressing room. You got to make sure people come out with what they went in with. Whatever. I don't get it. I'm trying to get it. I don't get it. Why don't you want to get where you're paying to go?
Right. And
Dumbass!
Was it one person? Was it one person that went in there to sabotage, or did this happen over the course of many flights?
A saboteur was on the loose. Saboteur. It'd be funny if they sent up Kurt Russell and Steven Seagal to go in through the trap door to take over the plane midair to find out who the pooper clogger was.
Right.
But that's an executive decision I can't make.
Oh my God.
You don't even get that, do you?
No.
That's the name of the movie.
Oh, good for you.
I hate it when you don't get my jokes.
It's hard because I don't memorize every single movie.
It actually hurts my feelings when you don't get my jokes.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. Flush you down the toilet.
Please.
So what happened to the stupid airplane in Denver then? What was the on fire thing? What happened with that?
They put it out.
That was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No cause yet. I guess we got to run it through the garage bay and figure it out.
Right. Yeah, we got to diverted to land safely, blah, 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 blah. Fire was extinguished.
Boy, we are just on
engine-related issue.
We are on a horrible streak of airplane problems. And I know they come in streaks, but they don't come in 20s. I mean, it's like a 20-pack we're on right here. I mean, I had forgotten about that passenger plane in Alaska that went down over the sea. Had like 12 people on it. I forgot where it was flying to. That thing looked like it was hit by a missile when they found that thing.
Yeah.
Really strange things happening. Just on a bad streak. Just good luck, everybody out there.
Okay, hold on. I'm on flight radar 24 here thing. So it was 10 hours in the air total. So it was 5 hours out and then turned around and came back. That makes more sense.
You're saying it turned around?
At 5 hours, it turned around.
It turned around.
That makes more sense.
It turned around.
Because I was like, why would it go? Why wouldn't they just keep going?
Right.
So.
Stuffing bags down toilets. It's almost like a prank. We're all going to go at the same time. I just don't understand it. I mean, you can literally anything you do to an airplane has potential to drop it out of the sky, right? If it's not, you need everything on an airplane to work pretty good, right?
Well, ideally, everything should be working more than pretty good.
Why? I'm just giving benefit of the doubt. It's not been good. And then it's like my dad. I'm going to turn this plane around. You guys keep clogging. I'm going to turn this plane around. Sure enough, he turns the plane around. I would be, oh my God. I don't know what I would do. I would just start. It's not an accident. So annoying.
That had to smell so bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well.
Yo.
Hey, with all the crap that's been happening since COVID, how do they not have security cameras on the planes yet?
That's a great question. Are there, and we don't know it?
They can't just watch video to see who went into all those bathrooms?
Most of the stuff I see is just on
cell phones.
Cell phones. What do you see something else?
Right.
I haven't seen anything.
That's what I'm saying. With all the commotion that's happening, with all the, for liability's sake, why don't they have cameras in the planes yet?
Yeah, that's a great question. You think for liability, just it's like a cop having a camera on.
Right, and I mean they're charging.
Why don't you put them on a flight attendant?
They're charging us for everything. So, like, why wouldn't you tell me you
really
can't buy?
You're worried about terrorism, but you don't have cameras?
Right, exactly. Are you telling me you can't?
Now, there weren't people...
Thousands of dollars for X-ray machines, but you can't spend a couple bucks on cameras.
Right. They're like $100. Get with it.
Yeah.
And they're tiny. You can put them anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Have a good one.
You too, bud.
I don't know why we just turn into psychos when we get on an airplane. You're so close. You paid for parking, an airline ticket. You just spend $120 at Chili's in the airport.
Well,
unless somebody was being deported and was on the plane, didn't want to go to India or wherever the hell it was going.
Yeah.
And somebody wanted to get back to Chicago. Who knows? Meth?
At least it wasn't. The Air India thing was clearly a person doing it, right? And the other stuff seems to be we're back to Boeing failures, right? And Boeing failures were them engineers were warning people about the cutbacks at Boeing.
Yeah.
And how...
And it's all kind of cycling now.
Right.
And is this the end result of years of mismanagement?
Right.
And
putting profits over people.
Profits over people and cutting corners. And using cheaper bolts. I don't, who knows?
Right.
We're not going to know for forever.
Right. So.
And, fire more FAA. It's the perfect. And by the way, that helicopter that went down in D.C., I guess they had a ping, something that was an extra notification piece of equipment that let the airport control tower know that they were there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? These helicopters, they run private flights, for congressmen, for, delegates, who's ever in town, envoys, whatever. Most of these military pilots, they turn that off. Because nobody wants to know who they're flying and where they're flying them to.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So that's a thing now. Those guys were shutting that off. And most people that were flying didn't even know it was a thing. It was an extra identification ping or whatever it was.
Right.
So here we go. So air traffic didn't even know where that helicopter was because they had it shut off.
That's terrible.
Man, we're great. Now I got to poop.
You just pooped.
I know, but you got me all worked up here. I don't want to fly. I'm nervous.
Buddy, I'm worried about your bowels.
I had chicken wings for lunch yesterday.
Oh, yeah. It's the Revenge of the Daytona.
Replay today the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Australians are very happy with an American influencer named Samantha Jones. Took a baby wombat from its mother. Snagged it from the side of the road and ran off with it.
Was that like a hedgehog or something? Groundhog or something?
A wombat?
I don't even remember what that is. It's like a raccoon, isn't it?
They're marsupials,
Yes.
Yeah. They're about 1 meter in length. They got small, stubby tails.
Okay.
They weigh about 45 to 75 pounds.
Ooh.
They can get up to 25 miles an hour.
Wow.
Yeah. Short-legged.
I didn't know they were a friendly species.
They look kind of like, I would tell you, a cross between a little tiny koala bear and I don't know, and a woodchuck.
Oh my God, that's the most adorable thing ever.
know. I know.
Nash would love that thing for a buddy.
They got tiny little beady eyes.
They're rolling around.
Okay. Anyway, that's what your little wombat looks like. So she held it up to the camera while it was freaking out. Of course, the mom was in distress. She said it's always been her dream to hold a baby wombat, so why not rip it from its mother?
Jeez.
Stupid bitch.
Too bad wombats don't eat people's faces off. That would have been awesome.
Kidding. So here we go.
Just caught a baby wombat. Look at the mother. It's like, oh, it's chasing after her.
I caught a baby wombat. Okay, Mama's right there. Let's let him go. All right, let's let him go. Come here, Mama.
Okay.
That dumb beaver.
So she didn't. So she put it back where she found it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But still.
Well,
it looks like this bitch is going to get kicked out of Australia for it and banned.
I mean, what did you influence me to? How did you influence me there?
Well, no,
because
that's not she's an influencer.
Yeah.
And she wanted to have a baby wombat. She wasn't posting anything to influence you to do anything at that point in time. She's just an influencer.
Okay.
She wasn't trying to make you steal a wombat. That wasn't, no. Anyway, Prime Minister is saying that, she should try it with a crocodile next time. That's amazing. Thank you. Australians are the best.
Try the stingray tank. I hear they're friendly this time of
year.
Their
poop comes out cubed? No way.
That's a lie.
Oh, my God. It's totally true.
Let me see. It's not perfectly cubed, is it? Oh, it is.
Dude.
They look like marshmallows. Dude. That actually looks kind of appetizing.
Dude.
What are they eating? That's pure black. The hell are they eating? I poop black. They sent me to the doctor.
Oh, my God. That's so wild. I had no idea. Thank you, Jeremiah. You know everything.
Yeah, that's... I feel like I'm watching Jack Hanna here all of a sudden. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, find out everything.
So then, is there a fine? You're not. I mean, sure, there's a code. Don't F with the animals, but I mean, did they write her a ticket or what?
She left Australia because everybody's coming after her.
I suppose locals.
The government announced it was reviewing her visa after the video surfaced. And this is another thing. These influencers posting videos of them doing stupid things.
Yeah, like tourists in Rome, they, sit on statues and deface statues, and they carve their initials into a 500-year-old trees.
In a now deleted Instagram post, Montana-based Jones can be seen running across the street toward a car in Australia with a screeching baby wombat as the wombat's mother chases after her.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, so she didn't steal a wombat.
Yes, she did. She snatched it out of the
it's not
mom's possession.
Okay. I don't think the headline accurately matches the crime. She didn't steal it. She commandeered it. She
well, an animal can
unethically. She shouldn't have been doing that.
An animal can die from that. The stress can be so much it can die.
Sure, I believe that. Sure.
I'm
just saying she didn't try to pack it in her suitcase and take it home with her.
Yolandi Vermack, founder of the animal care charity Wombat Rescue, said separating the young wombat from its mother created a risk that the mother would reject her offspring.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think she probably did enough homework to know that. It's like when you see these pictures of these people on at the ocean, and they'll pull what was the last one I saw, and it died. Was it a dolphin? Like a small dolphin? Because they wanted to take pictures of it.
Oh, my God.
And they have it out long enough that it dies. Yeah, those people should be in jail. Wombat.
I just love Aussies, though. They're so great. The quote was, after she left, it's never been a better day to be a baby wombat. One of the higher ups in Australia said it was the prime minister. Sam Jones, who describes herself as an outdoor enthusiast and hunter.
Is that the lady that took the Wombat?
If you're an outdoor enthusiast, then you know better. Period. End of story. You're a C word.
I think she's the That's really funny. I was about that. She's the Wombat C word.
Yeah. Right. I hate it.
Don't pick up small furry animals. Speaking of small furry animals, how's your platypus?
Well, yeah, it could use a good once over.
Well, I'll take you over to the sparkling car wash, and we'll see what we can do. We'll get you fixed up. Wow. Do not take her platypus, or do not hold it. It will be distressed, and there will be trouble.
There's screeching involved for sure.
Never be the same.
All right.
What a weird effing story.
I hate her.
And, it reminds me of out in the Black Hills, or Yellowstone, more specifically. Somebody will see a calf buffalo.
Right.
And they'll put it in their truck.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll take it down to the first DNR guy. They say, hey.
And the DNR guy just shoots it in the head because they're like, oh, you've done it now. Yeah.
The fragile ecosystem of the buffalo herd has been disrupted forever. And they have to shoot it.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.